back YouTube. We are working on chapter 5 still, and we are solving a problem called fishing game simulation. So we have to create a program that basically simulates someone going for fishing, and we have to use the dice game class that we used earlier in this series. And basically the fishing game works like whenever the dice game generates a number, let's say the number is between 1 through 6. If the number is 1, that means a huge fish. If the number is 2, it would be an old shoe. If the number is 3, it's a little fish, and so on. So basically, each number that is generated means either a huge fish, a little fish, a shoe, or any other random object. So we have to keep track of the points that these numbers represent. They didn't give us what each number is worth in this program. They just said keep track of the points, and you have to generate a random number between 1 and 6, and you have to show the grand total of the points earned. So I already created the class. So now we are creating a main method. We need a scanner object to take the user's input. We need a total. No, we need a string that means that holds with the quit variable. We need also the total, which would start 0. Then we have to create a do while loop, and the while loop would end if the user's input is equal to q. As long as the user's input is not equal to q, the program will run. So first we have to ask the user want to continue, enter q to quit. And then we have to store it to whatever the user enters to the quit variable. Then we have to call the dice game object, because we need to generate a random number each time the user runs the while loop. And we would hold it in the num variable. We say dice game get face. Get face would give us a random number between 1 through 6. Then we have to create a switch statement, checking each time what the number represents. If the number is 1, we would say, as they said, the number 1 represents a huge fish. And we will copy this case a couple of times. and number 2 would be an old shoe, and number 3 they said a little fish. So we have to continue the pasting until we reach number 6. Number 4, they didn't give us anything to be represented by number 4, so I will just pick a small rock, and actually this would be number 3. This would be number 4. Did they give us number 3? Yeah, they say a little fish. Number 2 is an old shoe. Number 2 is a little fish. This would be an old shoe. Number 5, we would give a small rock, and lastly we would say plastic. So we have to add the total. The plastic does not worth anything, and we would copy this, and the rock also doesn't worth anything. The fish, the number 4, what do we make number 4? Let's say a ring. Let's say it's worth of 30 points. This doesn't worth anything. The shoe, a little fish, is worth 50, and the huge fish for our game is worth 100. So after that, after the user enters Q to quit it, we want to show the grand total. So the program will continue until the user enters Q to quit it. So let's run it. Want to continue, I would press any key other than Q. A ring. Want to continue, also L. A little fish. So the 2 times this program run, we got a ring which is worth 30 points, and a little fish which is worth 50, so it would be 80. So if I type Q to quit it, I would get 80, because the 3 times the while loop run, I only got 2 valuable things. Let's run it again. K, an old shoe. K, an old shoe. Now let's run it. It's only 30 points. So that would be it for this program. It is quite easy. It's not that difficult. And if you want the source code, I will paste it somewhere. So we answered the question. You had to create a program that simulates a fishing game, and we did just that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.